Hey, welcome back to Ends Royal Family Farm. I'm Gino. Thanks for joining us on our Midwest journey. So today we just moved our chicken coop here. Reason why we moved it was we've been getting pummeled by rain, and we had to get them on a little bit higher ground so they'll stay dry. I'm going to go ahead and maybe put a little bit of straw back there, keep them off the ground and insulate them a little bit. It has just been unbelievable. I don't even know how to describe the amount of rain we have had lately. Farming, all that, I get it. We need rain, but this is like excessive. And it's funny, you look at the map, the radar map, and it's just like the storm died over Wisconsin. North Dakota's been getting hit too, so is Minnesota. But it has just been unbelievable. The rest of the country is cooking right now. I'd love to send you some of this to cool you off if I could, but unfortunately I don't have that kind of superpowers yet. So but anyways, we moved the birds. We've been fighting a raccoon that's also been coming and plucking a few birds off every now and then, so we're dealing with that. So yeah, it has been an unbelievable season so far. But that's farming. You deal with it, and you got to come up with new and creative ways to solve problems. Doesn't mean I don't get frustrated. I do, but I'll tell you, it sure is a great feeling when you've solved the problem and it worked. So so you see behind me here, we have a lot of our feeders and waters hanging here. That's what we do when we move this. We found to reduce time on task of the whole project, we're pulling everything out, putting it aside, and then moving this minimum of 20 feet, sometimes greater distances, depends on the ground. And then we'd have to pick up each individual piece or a couple pieces at a time and bring them in. So we kind of did a little experiment to say, hey, why don't we just hang this stuff and it can move with it, and then it's just bungee cords, and we'll just pull the bungee cords off when we're done and put it back into its position and on our way. Believe it or not, it actually saves quite a bit of time. I was shocked. But the birds are doing good, as you can see. They just moved on to fresh grass. Some of them, if you're watching them, are picking grass and that kind of stuff. So they're happy to be on some fresh ground off their manure and something a little drier for the moment. But they've been doing great. We had a couple days where it was super hot, and because it was hot, they call it the heat index, where basically the humidity makes it feel warmer than the actual temperature says on a thermometer. So it was feeling like right around 100 with the humidity essentially for a few days, and then we went back to this rain stuff. I forgot what the sun looks like. But we've been able to keep stuff alive and keep them comfortable. It's just, at the end of the day, it's just more work for me and more time for us, but it's part of the job. It's just what you got to do. You're responsible for these animals, and like we always say, we want to make sure they only have one bad day. So when it's raining and that kind of stuff, we're making sure that they're nice and dry. Half the time I'm soaked by the time I go in the house. I've even been out here in waders and a t-shirt, or not a t-shirt, but a rain jacket, trying to keep dry and get stuff accomplished. So you just do what you got to do at the end of the day. So like I said, birds are doing great. They're getting big. These guys are, I want to say, probably close to probably 4 weeks, maybe a little over. So they got a little bit more time left, and they've actually tolerated the fluctuation in temperature. We've had where our highs are in like the 50s one day, and then a couple days later it's in the 80s or 70s or whatever. So they've tolerated those temperature swings rather well. That's a lot of times that causes issues with livestock in general. Not only birds, but my sheep have been affected by it too when we've had these strange swings over a long period of time. So what really protects these guys is their feathers are popped, and so they have some ability. As you can see, they're in the middle there, huddling. Some of them are keeping warm. Some of them are preening themselves or cleaning themselves. So they're comfortable. These guys are, I don't know if you can see these guys, they're scavengers. They're over here eating a little bit of feed that's left in the feeder. We're gonna get some feed out to them here in a minute. But yeah, I just wanted to share just some of our experiences and why I've been kind of MIA. We're getting 2 inches of rain at a time sometimes, so it's kind of hard to film when we're doing that. So, and frankly, I want to get in and get out. I don't want to be out here any longer than I have to. I'm sure just like most of you. So, anyways, yeah, things are going well. The pigs are they're in their pen right now. We've had some issues trying to keep them dry. I ended up bringing in a round bale of actually hay, not straw, because I was out of straw, and pigs will eat that as well. So they're using it as bedding. They're eating off of it as they're pulling it off. But they're doing well too. They're putting on size pretty quick. Been really happy with those genetics. So sheep are doing great. Everybody's, tolerating this mess fairly well. I guess I'm the only one that's not enjoying it. So anyways, well, hey, like, subscribe, and share. We got to get back to work. We got to finish this. But stay tuned for more videos. Hopefully there'll be more coming when this rain is done, or I can get an opportunity to shoot some footage. So take care. Stay safe.